Welcome to the gear review segment of Scouting on Air. I am Jesse, the gear guy, and here I have two hatchets that I picked up. This one here is from Joe's Army Navy. This is going to be the option that you could pick up from the sponsored Joe's Army Navy. And then over here we just have a more basic hatchet. This one is going to be from Harbor Freight. So these two compare because they are the same size and they were roughly the same price. So right here, this is going to be the one that I have from Harbor Freight. This one was around $10, and this is going to be readily available anywhere. The other one here I have is from Joe's Army Navy. This one's going to be around $17, and this one is from Joe's Army Navy. So I did two different tests. The first test was going to be the chop from the top of the wood. This was going to simulate when you're trying to split wood for a campfire, and I compared both of these. The second one was a chop from the side. That's where I took the wood, I put it on its side, I chopped it right in the middle, and I tried to test if it would break in half to simulate if you were chopping down a tree. So the first test, I started with the Harbor Freight hatchet. This one, it took a couple swings because I wasn't the greatest with swinging, but then once it hit, it did chisel off the wood. So this one would be a great option for chopping wood if you were to chop it for a campfire. The one from Joe's Army Navy, I also tried this one, and it actually performed better. I would say that the one from Joe's Army Navy was sharper, and it only took one slice to split it completely in half. The second test was when I cut it from the middle. When I chopped from the middle with the Harbor Freight axe, it took about 2 tries, but that's because it was in mud, and it did get all the way through the wood. The test from the Joe's Army Navy hatchet, that one took only 1 or 2 hits for the wood to break in half. So I would definitely say that the one from Joe's Army Navy was stronger when it came to splitting the wood in half. So one major thing that happened to the Harbor Freight axe that was a downside is if I were to remove this protective covering, you could tell that the metal and the sharp blade edge, it did start to roll a little bit. That means that the front of the metal, which is the sharp part, it did start to fold over while it was hitting the wood. So that is definitely one of the downsides, I would say, with the Harbor Freight axe. You're going to get a lot more wear on this one because it is slightly cheaper, but I would definitely say that it did work. So for the final review, I'm going to start off with the hatchet from Harbor Freight. So if I pick it up here, you can tell that the handle is going to be slightly cheaper. It is definitely just one piece of plastic, and it is going to be made up of only plastic. It isn't attached to the top very well. You can tell that it is just also a little bit of plastic. So Harbor Freight is going to be definitely a cheaper alternative. So if you don't have as much money, this one is definitely going to be a great option. It does chop and it does slice right in half the wood. The one from Joe's Army Navy, I would say that the handle, it definitely is of better quality. It has rubber. It even has this little loop right here, which I think the other one did too. It has it's a wider head. So if you were to compare it to the other one, you can tell that the head is slightly wider. So you have more of a strike surface. It definitely is attached to the head better right here. And the handle just feels way better of a quality. It also has a very nice color. The green gives it a nice accent while you're outside. I would definitely say that the Joe's Army Navy axe is worth it because it is a couple dollars more, but I would say that it is way, way better quality than the other one, and it is a good deal for its money. It looks better, it has a way better handle, it has better quality metal, and the edge, it definitely did not roll, and it cut all the wood with only one slice. So thank you to Joe's Army Navy for sponsoring, especially in the second season. That is helping us out a lot, so thank you, Joe's Army Navy. And we will catch you guys on the next gear review. Thank you for watching.